MKBHD just went gung-ho about it in the videos. I saw his video.
I like how EU is giving FU to Apple.
We know that Apple doesn't do things in the short run.
There are some rumors about periscope camera.
I think then there is a chance that Vision Pro might be successful. Otherwise, it is going to stay on the fringes.
So I feel AR VR is just not limited to gaming and entertainment.
I still don't see the use cases for masses at this point of time.
But again, I feel that I'm too lazy to wear a headset to receive a call.
And again, the prices of Pro models are going to increase by about $200. अरे कितना बढ़ाएंगे भाई?
Alright, welcome again to yet another episode of our podcast, and we're hoping to be more consistent. The idea is that we do it at least once every fortnight. Second Friday is the idea, second and fourth Friday. So hopefully that will happen. So this is the 11th episode of the podcast, and thanks a lot for all the love and support for the previous one. So evidently there was some nice feedback. So we have the same panel here. Glad Arun and Sajid are again here. And we're going to talk about the iPhone. We haven't spoken about what our thoughts are about the WWDC Vision Pro as well. In fact, you didn't even talk about it on the Hindi channel.
No, I have not spoken
about it, yeah. So that, the upcoming launches, and then there are a few interesting segments that I've added in between. We're constantly tweaking the format to see what works, what doesn't.
Yes.
Alright, so I'll start off with the iPhone 15 rumors. We got some dummies in office. Arun, what's happening with that?
I have mixed reactions. We got all the four ones, and you know the top variant, जो पहले Pro Max हुआ करता था, now they are saying that it might be Ultra. So I'm not sure whether that is going to be the name. But two or three things stood out. USB Type-C.
That is such a
on the good part. On the good part, but again, you know, there are rumors that it has to be MFI compliant and all that. So you have to use their own adapters and cables. So I'm not sure, but yes, USB Type-C is there. Dynamic Island has arrived in non-Pro models. So that is there. One thing which I'm not very happy, design is exactly the same. Yeah, titanium frame is going to be there, but design is exactly the same. Even the camera placements is exactly the same. There's no difference there. And again, the prices of Pro models are going to increase by about $200. अरे कितना बढ़ाएंगे भाई? क्या मजाक है?
Apple है sir.
$200 they are going to increase, and because chipset is again going to be different. A17 which is based on 3nm, and then non-Pro models will have with the last year's Pro model chipset. So that is what it is. What do you guys think about?
I want Sajid's take on this. Like, what do you think of the 15
I like
series?
how EU is giving FU to Apple.
EU is giving FU to Apple. That's a good one.
Again, with the charging speeds, the Type-C, all the standards.
Just putting it out there, will it be Type-C 2.0? Like it is on
480 Mbps for life.
But about MFI also, I think EU has told them no,
nahi
chalega. It has to be standard. So that is there.
Apart from that, there are some rumors about periscope camera, 6x periscope camera.
That is something that is exciting for sure. I mean, obviously that's something that Apple hasn't been doing for a while, but apparently that's going to be limited to the Pro Max variants.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
That's okay.
If you're shelling.
No, that's not okay, because I use the Pro and I like the smaller form factor, and I want periscope on that as well. But Samsung doesn't have periscope on the S23 and the...
Then it makes sense to rename it as Ultra, so that Pro can be a different
extra feature.
Yeah. But do you think it's going to be renamed Ultra?
I don't think so.
You know, the dummies that we got on that also, it was written Ultra, iPhone 15 Ultra. So might be, might not be. I'm really not sure.
Considering the Watch Ultra did come, I think they'll have to do a little bit more than what is currently there or currently are doing the rounds of the leaks to be
next year.
Next year, possibly. Okay, iPhone 15 series, I think that's about that. But more importantly, what has already launched, these are of course leaks and rumors that we're talking about, but WWDC happened, or WWDC as the Apple execs like to call it, and some interesting things. But first, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or the Vision Pro. Not on our head.
If you have seen my last podcast, I've said the same thing, and it stands even now. I still don't see use cases for masses at this point of time. But at the same time, I have to say, Apple has gone all out. The kind of hardware they have put, 8 cameras, that to Sony cameras they have put. And what I've spoken to people and, articles that I've read, it's an impressive device. Real world use cases, I'm still not convinced. So my thing still stands there. But कहते हैं बोल रहे हैं कि सस्ता आने वाला है.
सस्ता आने वाला है, so-
There'll be a cheaper variant. Yeah, they're talking. There are talks about it. I don't know if, but that's again a leak and rumor. But what do you think about the Vision Pro? I mean, what are your
Again,
thoughts?
as Amshad said, that there's a lot of hardware in it, so there's a lot of possibilities to explore. So I feel AR VR is just not limited to gaming and entertainment.
You're other nice. That's interesting.
Yeah, because
How do you extrapolate that in the other use cases?
like for engineering purposes, for in workspaces, there are lots.
Which Apple did showcase
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
use case during their.
But again, I feel that I'm too lazy to wear a headset to receive a call. I'll do it on a smartphone only.
Yeah, I mean it does look odd for sure.
Yeah.
You know, there are niche use cases, obviously, engineering on shop floors, and there might
And
be
that's
many.
probably where they can afford it as well.
Yeah. What Apple is doing is they are creating original content for Vision Pro.
That 3D content, yeah.
Yeah, 3D content. It depends. There are two things that will decide the success of Vision Pro in my view. They have opened it to developers. The kind of applications that developers create in next 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, we will come to know that very soon. And the kind of 3D content that Apple themselves will create. So these are the two things. And if that content is impressive, if the applications created by developers are really great, I think then there is a chance that Vision Pro might be successful. Otherwise, it is going to stay on the fringes.
Talking about content, there was this very interesting conspiracy theory on Twitter, and I read through that thread and it was so funny and also plausible to an extent where what the person who tweeted it said, that Apple has been tailoring its content on Apple TV, their service, for the longest time to look like a certain way, right? So basically, it's very everything's polished, the lighting is perfect. Even the keynotes, when you look at it, right, you see very little shadows and all of those things, right? That apparently is their idea to sort of make people accustomed to how the future will look with respect to avatars.
Avatars and all
So
that.
already, if you're looking at TV shows that Apple is making, for example, Severance and the other shows, people are already looking like avatars, and there was this conspiracy. It is a big conspiracy theory, but it's an interesting one to see that we know that Apple doesn't do things in the short run.
Yes.
That is
Yes,
for sure.
yes,
That is there.
that's for sure.
Which is my
They definitely have grand plans with
Vision Pro, yeah.
Vision Pro and all that. So yeah, let's just give it time.
Also, the other thing that we discussed, remember how it was, we also talked about how they couldn't, they couldn't have stopped this because they were already in the process of making it.
Yeah, I mean, in the last 5 years they have been creating it, and too much had gone for it to really stop. And I don't think Apple will ever do anything like that. I mean, they will create a market, they will create a content, they will create a device for that.
Yeah.
So, that is what Apple is. Let's see, that's what I said. Let's wait and watch for next 6-8 months.
The other thing is that the Vision Pro is not the only headset. We are forgetting that Meta is also in the game.
Yeah.
And
mixed
how we
reality.
can forget Huawei as a trademark?
Yeah.
What is that about the trademark thing?
So, in China, Vision Pro trademark is with Huawei.
Yeah.
Until
So they won't be able to sell Vision Pros in China.
No, they might be, but they will have to change the name.
They'll do something about that for sure. It's Apple. So the other things that were announced at WWDC, we have to definitely talk about that as well. The MacBook Pro 15-inch, which I am so happy about that it's finally happened. The commentators in the US or the reviewers in the US are already calling it the best laptop ever, and this is going to sell. And this is the category that was missing for Apple with the Air, because if anybody wanted a 15-inch MacBook, they had to buy the Pro, which is prohibitively expensive, more heavy. What do you think of the 15-inch MacBook Air?
Let it come here. I'll be honest. I at this point of time, I don't have any reactions to it. You tell me. I know you are very excited about it. What is it that excites you? Just that 1-inch bigger screen, or 1.5 inch.
I am excited for the size. Basically, there's nothing else to it because it's the same as the 13-inch that I'm using already.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, come on.
I think you'll like the speakers.
Yeah, the speakers will be louder. But I mean, that's I don't know. I mean, that's one aspect. But I understand Arun's skepticism there. Ki yaar, it's just a bigger laptop. That's it, right? But
And I am also surprised the likes of MKBHD just went gung-ho about it in the videos. I saw his video. And I'm not sure. Yeah, let it come to me and I'm going to use it and then
react to that.
I'll react to that. Right now, I'll reserve my judgment.
What about the M2 Ultra, Sajid?
It's a huge upgrade. Like Apple is doing, they're exponentially making the chips better and better. But we are getting the Mac Studio, right?
Yes, we are.
So
Yeah.
Sagar will be a good
Very
judge.
happy.
Yeah.
But one announcement that both Sajid and I are super excited about, Arun, is something called Game Porting Toolkit, which Apple has announced. And until now, if we had to play AAA games, it had to be on the PC.
Yeah.
Apparently, now that won't be a reality in the future.
Oh.
So basically, Apple has created a game porting toolkit using which developers can port their already existing game on Windows to this thing. So for example, GTA 5, Cyberpunk 2077, all of that will come running on the M1 and M2 chips. And you know what has happened? The gamers are already, the Mac gamers who want to play on the Mac have already used that toolkit. It's a long process. I've asked Arnav to do it. He's not done it yet. But the point is that, it's a long process. And if you get through that, you can actually try it right now.
But it works.
And it works.
It works.
Wow.
Linus made a video about
Anyways,
it.
you guys are excited. I'm not a gamer, so मुझे उसके बारे में इतना नहीं लगता है. But yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Realme has one key exit that happened recently, and there were some other, reports as well, which stated that Madhav Sheth, of course, has said bye-bye Tata, Realme.
Yeah, Twitter. It's already there on
It's
Twitter.
already there on Twitter. Realme sent out a press release as well. And then there are rumors that he's going to revive Honor India. I'm excited about the fact that Honor, if it's coming here, then that's good. But I mean, Arun, thoughts? Arun, you might have
Okay,
more.
I know something which I can't divulge, but I don't think exactly that is what it is.
This is, you guys think that we know it. We also, he doesn't tell us either, bhai. That's,
I mean, that's why I can't, because once it's out, it's out. It's just so. Let it come. I think in next few days you'll come to know. But and even this Honor thing, it might be a possibility. I might be wrong as well. So, but I think it is going to be something different than the rumor mills out there.
so no phones.
Wait for it.
Arun, don't lead us on.
Twisting.
Wait for it.
But if Honor does bring phones to India, would you be happy about that?
I would be very happy, and I want, if some Honor people are saying, I really want Honor to be back in India, because they have really some good phones. When they were there in India before ban, they launched some really good phones, and I want to see those phones in India. And the thing is, I don't think anything is going to stop them, because GMC hai uske
Correct.
upar. Matlab, they are allowed.
Yeah.
It's Huawei who has a problem, not Honor. So they should, and they should really come back. That's what I
So
think.
Honor doesn't have a problem with Google Apps.
No, they have separated.
They have
right?
separated.
So,
And
Entirely.
we have tried the Honor Magic 5 Pro at MWC.
We did, yeah.
yeah, it's very nice.
It was a
I mean,
good phone.
they're doing some good stuff. I would love to see Honor back in India.
But again, we are excited for the flagships of Honor. So it'll start with different portfolio.
But come to think of it, if they can bring a good phone in that 25 to 30 range, which is a very hot category.
Some P series or something.
No, even in mid-range, Honor used to launch some really nice phones before. 8X, what a beautiful phone, yeah.
Okay, one Honor phone that you absolutely enjoyed.
In fact, mid-range mein Honor 8X was the pick for me. The pick, because it punched above its weight. It was absolutely great value for money. Even cameras were good. Everything was great about that phone, to be honest. And it was a no-brainer to recommend it to anyone. So I'll say that was
Sajid,
one.
for you?
I think it was I don't remember the name, but it was a gaming phone.
Oh yeah, there was a gaming phone as well.
some P30
Also,
Lite
I
or
like the
P20.
one.
Yeah, P30 or P20, yeah, right.
I like the one where they were the first ones to get the punch hole. I can't
The
remember.
Honor V30.
V30, yeah,
That is a
yeah,
good looking
that
phone
was
as well. Yeah, so Honor does make good devices. Okay, now we have a segment break. All right, and
Okay, sorry, before that, just came to my mind. Which other brands would you want to come back in India?
oh man, I mean, I want them to make a comeback generally. Generally is HTC.
You?
Nokia.
Me, Sony. I love their phones, man.
Sony can come back to India, but you know what? There is the one Mark 5 which launched recently. Apparently, there are huge problems with it. Yeah. Major bug issues and everything. I think the thing is, it's also lack of interest for these brands to actually go and do the things that are required to make them, I mean, Sony's just making alpha phones so that they can, line up with the alpha camera series.
Sajid, you said Nokia, but even they have phones. I mean, it's not like they're not there, but they're not launching, phones
You want them to make good phones, basically.
Yeah. So
That's my comeback.
I mean, considering how their software experience is tuned, I mean that's something that I would be excited about as well. Okay,
So you won't buy a 695 phone at 45K?
You know, I made a video saying that don't buy a 695 phone regardless. So let's not get there.
Here's a link.
It's a short video, guys. Yeah. But anyway, so this segment, the next segment, it's called, I don't know, it's tentatively called the toughest tech quiz.
The toughest tech quiz.
I don't know. I mean, I nothing is tough for Sajid, okay? So I don't know. So there are 3 questions. I'm pretty certain that none of you will be able to know the answer immediately. So anyway, whoever knows the answer can speak it.
Okay, hint होंगे कुछ?
हाँ मैं दे दूँगा.
Hint जरूरी है यार मतलब.
Fine. Done. Will do. Okay, the first question is the Micromax X450 Van Gogh, however you pronounce that name, was a feature phone with a keypad, okay? And it launched more than 10 years ago. Akshay Kumar was the, star of the ad and everything. It had a standout feature. 1 second. It had a key selling point. It had a KSP. What standout feature was it? It's very interesting when I tell you guys what it is.
Oh my god.
It's a feature phone, okay? Tiny little phone with a keypad, and there was one standout feature.
Is it live wallpapers?
No.
How many tries I get?
You could see TV.
No. That's a very good guess, Arun. Very good guess, but no, that's not it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this is the toughest tech quiz.
Retractable something.
No. Retractable, you're close. You're close. It's not retractable. Okay, I'll give you this. It's removable.
Definitely not a battery.
I mean, battery was removable regardless, so I'll give you that. Okay, fine. You know what? Let me tell you. You know what? They had a Bluetooth headset.
Oh.
You could remove that.
There was also a phone recently, which had
Nokia has that truly wireless inside the phone. Okay. So second question. What?
This guy is asking what? क्या सवाल है ये यार?
Okay, let's have fun.
Okay.
Maybe the audience is like, तुम लोग क्या tech?
अभी मुझे लगता है next question मुझे पता है कि Redmi Y2 जब लॉन्च हुआ था तब कैटरीना कैफ ने कौन से कलर का ड्रेस पहना था?
वो तो पता होगा. I think you know that answer. Okay, let's get to okay, this might be easy for Sajid. What was the name of the only gaming console that Apple ever made?
Oh, I can see that, but मैंने अभी इसका रील देखा था.
Okay, so shall I?
Yeah.
Pippin. See, okay.
This is the toughest.
Okay, now this
Yes,
this you might be able to guess if you do some calculations. Okay, when was TikTok banned in India? I need the month and the year, both. Tech news में तो बोला ही होगा.
July 2020.
Very close.
It was August.
नहीं June.
June 2020. One answer.
I guessed it. इसने बोला.
Okay.
I was also thinking August, September of 2020.
एक point है.
Okay, so fine. Good quiz. Enjoyed it.
एक audience के लिए भी बनता है.
एक audience के लिए.
And now I don't have any more questions. Next time, 100%.
You ask. By the end of this podcast, if you come up with a question, we'll ask the question. Okay.
Okay, no, I had a question that I had prepared and I didn't add it. So Apple made one of the weirdest accessories for the iPod. What accessory was it? If you guys can answer. Okay, we'll quickly go to the rest of the topics. There are a few launches that are going to happen soon, and we'll start off with the foldables. Samsung, Fold 5, Z Fold 5, and the Flip 5 are launching. I am not excited for some reason. One, because there are talks that it's not going to be that much of a big upgrade, that the Fold 5 won't be that much of a big upgrade from the Fold 4, which wasn't that much of a big upgrade from the Fold 3.
Correct.
So I think, and even if I see it from their perspective, there's not much to be changed in foldable because that form factor is sorted. It is just going to be the internal hardware, the chipset that will change. They'll, all will be incremental update. Cameras will be better. The under display camera, they might make that better. But overall, if you go to see, I don't think there will be, and there's nothing. If at all you had to do something which you want to see, what will it be?
If I was Samsung, I would do the same thing. Why? I'll tell you.
Correct.
Because nobody is competitor right now. No competition. I'll do what I want.
Exactly.
Bas, why just refine it?
So there's no competition, and it's almost a perfect recipe.
Yeah.
To make a fold.
Why change it? So that's what it is.
And if you see the flip phones, There is a lot of competition.
Competition.
No, and there is a lot of scope as well
Yeah.
to make changes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Cover display. I mean,
And it's going to happen apparently.
yeah. Oh, so this time it's going to be big.
Bigger, yeah.
Okay.
Like the Razer. We'll talk about that. But yeah, it's happening in South Korea, the launch this year. The Galaxy launches.
What I read is at the July end they are launching in Korea, and in August there'll be a different global launch event.
Okay, that's about
So
that.
global and South Korean launch will be different.
Different. Okay. That's the first time that will be happening with Samsung. Okay. Okay, Motorola. We've used the phone. The Razer Plus or the Razer 40 Ultra. If it comes to India. When it comes to India. It is coming to India.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Arun just went,
Wow. I mean, see, Flip has got serious competition, and I think Motorola just is they have done a great job with it. Whether it is the in-hand feel, the finish of the product, the hinge, even they have improved the battery by 1000 milliampere hour, which is great.
Yes.
Earlier,
A lot
that
of
was
people
not
are
the case.
commenting on our short video that we put up saying that the battery is small, but they don't understand. They need to understand that it's a
It's a small
form factor.
3800
Yeah.
is good enough for a flip phone.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, that the form factor, extra portable form factor will go away. It will become thicker. So I think that is good enough. But the standout for me in Moto Razr 40 Ultra was the cover display. Man, it was just not 3 or 4 things you could do, or it was just not you could add widgets. It is a full-fledged screen. You can do everything. You can play games. You can watch videos. You can do everything, and that is what we want. Price also, I think 70,000-80,000. I don't know at what price it will come. If it comes at around that particular price, a lot of people are going to love it, and especially that Viva Magenta color, man. How beautiful. Go and watch that video, Hindi video. We have already done unboxing and first impressions. Beautiful. Well done, Motorola.
Motorola actually made some controversial choices with it because 165 hertz display.
But good, na?
Yes,
It's
yes.
on
Good
the side.
controversy.
Yes. And
165 hertz.
And name too. What is that name? Moto
Razer
Razr 40 Ultra.
One thing, I mean, I loved the phone too, so I'll preface that. But one thing that I didn't particularly like about it was the fact that in the attempt to make the strongest hinge possible, it doesn't feel like a flip phone. The thing with the flip phone is, you should open it, tadak, 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 tadak. That doesn't happen. So there is a lot of resistance. It stops at a certain point, and that I feel was, for a flip, it needs to flip.
It needs to flip, and I did that, and you can open it with one hand, but it's not satisfying.
And then when you close it also, it'll come and stop at one point.
So,
That resistance is not
got
interesting.
it.
Okay, quickly, Nothing Phone 2. Launch is happening. Last time everybody was like, it won't be 40, 45, whatever the prices have been discussed. But leaked renders came out, and it looks like a Nothing Phone 1, slightly different, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, last time we spoke that the sides were rounded, the frame was rounded. But the thing is, and even now, the one official teasers that have come out,
Looks similar.
It looks very similar. The glyph interface
And yet, Kalpe says that's not how it's going to be. You're going to be surprised. What do you think? Sajid has a theory, by the way. Sajid has a very interesting theory.
Okay, let's hear.
I think there'll be one more phone.
2 Pro.
You heard it first here.
No, this is such a terrible
Yeah.
theory.
It's nothing to do with me.
Sajid, are you secretly working for nothing? But I mean, he's very confident that the design is not going to be the same. And then we were expecting a telephoto that's also.
So I think that's a very plausible thing that
I think it's out of the.
yeah. Because they're showing something and then they'll just surprise,
It'll be fun if that happens, but I doubt that. Then, because see, nowadays.
And they're very small to do 2 phones.
And also the other thing is, see, nowadays every product gets leaked. It's impossible for Nothing to plug the leaks. If there is a 2 Pro, we'd have known it by now.
But again, do you think that Indian audience is very hard to please?
What is the context of that, Sajid?
In terms of tech and smartphones.
Yes, it's slightly controversial, but it's not a bad thing, no?
Yeah.
Because then the manufacturers will have to put in more effort to please the Indian audience, which is hard to please. So it's one of the biggest markets in the world, so it matters. Okay, finally, and this is very serious, and this is a topic that I don't know if everybody will be interested in it, or in Indian context, how much that makes sense. But for me, that it was very interesting when I saw it happen in front of my eyes, the Reddit blackout. Oh. Yeah. So the context obviously is that there is the third-party app Apollo. Yeah. So the API costs Reddit has increased, and per user cost or whatever, it was very expensive. And Apollo can't pay the costs for API, and then they shut the app. And the app is so popular within the Reddit community, among regular users, moderators, everybody, that they are, standing in support of it, and they've blacked out so many Reddits and subreddits, which a lot of them are still blacked out. And such a cavalier attitude the CEO has now towards the whole situation, saying that, this too shall pass times.
Okay, so what you essentially are saying is he is not looking after the community.
Yes, which is what Reddit is.
Yeah, it's all about community.
It is all about the community. Yeah. But Sajid has a point of view over there, I think.
Because if you think from his end, like from his business end, so Reddit has to make some money. And I think there should be some midway where users get what they want and
but he has to, that's exactly. Now obviously Reddit also has to make some money, but they can't do it like this, right? I mean apps that are actually helping the community grow even further and do a lot of things, you can't suddenly expect them to pay up, and they're obviously not it's not possible for them, and they're shutting down. But there was another perspective that you raised, and we were talking about this, about the fact that apps are going premium.
Yeah.
I want to know more about that.
So, if you see Twitter, if you see Meta and Facebook, Instagram, everyone is pushing their premium tier in way or another. So, we had that conversation, right? That if you are using a service for free, you are a product. I don't think that's a very practical in nowadays, because if you are not paying, then you are just a number to a brand.
Right. So that's a good point, actually. I mean, a lot of services are going private. So they're charging for services. So yeah, I don't know. Reddit needs to find a midway.
Do you, if you're a Redditor, you let us know, would you be ready to pay for a premium tier on Reddit? Let us see. I really don't know. I don't have any opinion as well on this. I'll be honest. I am not on Reddit. But
Reddit is actually a very big platform even in India. A lot of people are...
Yeah. It's huge. A lot of memes and everything originated from there.
So hopefully situation fixes itself there. So with respect to the discussions that we wanted to have, that's about it. But one final question I want to leave you guys with. Basic question. Don't worry, it's not a tech quiz. The toughest tech quiz again. So
did you think about any question that you're going to ask? You asked.
I asked already.
Okay.
So I hope you guys know the answer. If you don't, I'll tell you just before, after Arun and Sajid answer this question. What is the one phone that you're looking forward to in the second half of 2023? One phone.
Actually, nothing. Phone 2 Pro.
Well played, Arun. Well played. No, but truthfully,
then it might be Z Flip 5, just because I want to see that cover display and all that. Because other than that, you take any flagship out there, they're all going to be incremental. If I'm going to see some change, I want to see something different, then it is going to be Flip. So probably I'm excited about that. But, to be honest with you, not a single phone stands out, which I'm really looking forward for. Last year, at the same time, if you would have asked, I would have said nothing phone. Okay? Because the glyph interface, it was all, catchy and new. But...
this is about the right time.
So I will say Flip 5. Yeah.
Bro?
I have 2 phones. Can I say?
Okay, fine, go ahead. Okay, you can take my slot as well. Because my answer would also have... No, actually, no. My answer is different.
Okay. So OnePlus Fold.
Oh, yes! Okay, my answer is that.
No, I will tell you what.
It'll be like the Oppo Fold.
Same Oppo Fold hai. Kya hai usme?
Which is kind of true.
Okay, he's excited. It's his choice.
Yeah. But I loved the form factor of that phone because it was very square and...
Yeah, that was really good.
Very nice. Yeah.
And iPhone 15 Ultra, if it comes.
Yeah, iPhone 15 Pro Max for me. Yeah, even that, because I want to see how and if Apple fixes the camera. Because there are certain issues that they're very stubborn about and they're not fixing it. I just want them to fix that. Okay, the answer to that question. Okay, you guys want to take a quick guess? What is the one weird accessory that Apple made for the iPad? The weirdest accessory that they made.
You said iPod, no?
iPod. Sorry, not iPad.
The question is to you guys. Yeah.
You know what it was? Okay, I'm giving them the answer. I've given them this much time anyway.
Okay.
Is it the external battery, external storage?
It's a sock. I'm not kidding.
I'm done.
And you know what the marketing material said? Keep your iPod warm.
What?
I'm not kidding, guys. Okay, all right. That was
Only Apple can do something like that.
Yeah, I know, right? And they sold it for $19.
I sock.
One sock, huh?
I
I
sock.
sock.
Yeah, you suck.
All right.
Anyway, so that was it. That was the podcast. I hope you guys had fun again.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoy this. I'm thinking we should do it instead of Ask Karun on our Hindi channel. We should let us know.
मेरा format still करो.
हिंदी में
करो. हाँ, करो.
करेंगे. Copy करते हैं. Trakin Tech English को copy करते हैं.
मैं भी वहीं पर हूँ. I will be there only.
वही साथ में ही है.
फोन ब्रांड्स रीब्रांडिंग करें हम लोग क्यों नहीं कर सकते?
Fair enough. With that thought, I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking
And stay safe.